We're talking about concerts, bands. We're taking bets on the last concert Adrian Peterson went to, the Vikings running back. Now, I said Drake. McLovin said maybe a country band that he saw maybe in Houston, where he lives. Anybody else want to take a guess before we ask Adrian? Paulie?
I'm going to go country. I'm going to go Eric Church.
Eric Church. Springsteen. We bring in Adrian Peterson. Last concert you went to?
The last concert I went to, I think it was Drake or Lil Wayne down in Houston.
Ball game right here. There you go. Are they? You want to meet them or they want to meet you? How does that work in the Mutual Admiration Society? Did they want to see you backstage?
No, I actually went low key. I met up with some of the guys that play for the Texans. And we got a little booth or whatever, and we just kind of kicked it and watched it from the top.
I'm trying to think, though. When you go something like, can you watch a show and not be bothered?
It depends. Like, that scenario, we was up in the boxes, one of the press boxes, so, it was just, mutual friends and, people that we kind of hang around all the time, so it wasn't too bad. Now, leaving...
Yeah.
Was a different story.
Can you sing?
Can I sing?
Yeah.
I like to say that I can, but I don't think I'm that good.
Well, give me your go-to. What would be your go-to if we had karaoke?
Happy birthday.
Oh, stop. Have you done karaoke?
I have. It's been a long time, and the song that we sung, oh man, I want to say it was Backstreet Boys. And it was me. I'm putting everybody else on blast, too. It was me, Cal Rudolph. It was Charlie Johnson and Kristen Ponder and a couple other guys, Chad Greenway. And we sung last year at a Halloween party.
Give me one line.
The song that we were singing?
Yeah.
You're tearing up. I'm tearing up my heart when I'm with you. And when we are apart, I feel it, too.
Wait, you're not singing.
No matter what I feel, I think I feel the same with or without you. I was a little more into it that night.
Compare how you feel this year to last year at this time.
Oh man, I feel I don't know, just I won't say more energetic, but just, it was just a different feel coming into training camp and being able to jump in with the guys and just excited to have a year under my belt from the injury and just feeling stronger and, just ready to roll.
But you ruined surgery for everybody else because every time somebody has their knee done, we expect them to come back because Adrian Peterson did.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is it fair to these guys to ask them to come back? Yours was a devastating knee injury, but is it fair to have, compare to what you did and their injuries?
In a way, I think so, and then in a way I don't, because I know that everybody's body heals differently, and I've always been able to recover and heal faster than the norm. So that right there kind of I feel like gave me an edge. Majority of it comes from the hard work that you put in too. So that's something that I know that guys, if they put their mind to it, then they can accomplish that part. And they're just, like I said, just that part about just your body healing that, if your body doesn't heal as fast, then you can, that can slow you down. That can kind of make it seem like you didn't put a lot of work in when you did.
What advice would you give RG3?
Just be smart. Just know that, when you're out there on the field that you're not thinking about your knee. You're comfortable and you're confident that, your knee is stronger than the opposite leg. That ligament is stronger than the opposite leg. And go out there and play. Don't think about it. Because if you think about it, then 9 times out of 10, something will happen again to it.
We're talking to Adrian Peterson, joining us on behalf of Wheaties, the Breakfast of Champions, on the cover there, on the box there. Pretty nice.
Oh man, this is a privilege. This is one of my dreams come true. As a youngster, I grew up thinking about I want to make it to the NFL. I want to win a championship. I want to be on the Wheatie box. Going into the store and seeing the previous champions and guys that inspired me on and off the field, on the box. And now I can look 20 years plus later and say, wow, this vision that I had to be on the front of the Wheatie box, the Breakfast of Champions, is here. So it's a great accomplishment.
Maybe they can have a prize inside, like, a replica of your knee, and, it shows it like moving parts just so people understand what you went through.
No, that'd be cool, like a little mini figurine or something.
Yeah. For the kids. It's always about the kids.
Yeah.
Now, you had this great season, but all of a sudden, everybody's under suspicion anymore. It seems like guilty till proven innocent, whether it's baseball players, now football players with HGH. Your name gets thrown around. How have you handled that with even, with you coming back and running for 2,000 yards and people being suspicious? Is it fair to be suspicious given the drug culture that we find in sports now?
Yeah. I think it's fair, and the world we live in, I know that, there's going to be people that's on my side and there's people that's against me, so for my name to come up, it doesn't surprise me at all. Especially, the way I bounced back from the injury. I knew there would be speculation. But I really don't buy into it. It doesn't bother me at all. And like I said before, it actually makes me, realize how blessed that I am, to be able to come back and have the type of season that I had. And for people to think that I use some type of PED. It's to me it's an accomplishment. It's an honor. It's for people to say, well, he had to be on something, and me knowing personally that how hard I dedicate myself to come back and be ready for the regular season, and be ready to help my team win a championship by going out there and sweating and putting in that hard work. And when people make those type of accusations, it gives me confidence. It puts a smile on my face every time I hear it, to be honest.
If I said you could build a team around anybody that's not a quarterback right now in the NFL,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take you out of it,
okay.
Who would you build your team around?
I would say Calvin Johnson. And why I say that, he's just a freak of nature. This guy's 6'4", low.
Well, wait a minute. Who's more of a freak, Calvin Johnson or you?
I'll have to say I edge him a little bit. At our respective positions, I would say we equal. I think he would be the best receiver ever played the game. Just by the talent that he has and he possesses. This guy is a freak, and it's pretty cool because we both came out together, me, him, and Patrick Willis. And I think we'll go down as the three of the best to ever play. But he's a guy that you can build your offense around. All you got to do is throw it up to him.
Emmitt Smith's all-time rushing record.
I feel like that, if I continue to, stay healthy, and just be blessed to play this game, for a long time, then that record is something that I can break, and I will break. So that's how I feel about that record.
Because you got close to 8,900 career yards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Emmitt's got a lot. He's got a lot of yards.
He do. He has a lot. He definitely has a lot of yards. But I try to focus on those records. It's something that I see in my mind, and it's there. So it's not like I'm focusing on it as much as me going out there and just playing, and then 5, 6, 7 years from now, I look back and I'm getting ready to break the record, or has broke the record already.
Super Bowl ring or all-time NFL rushing record?
Oh, Super Bowl ring, easily.
If I said you could run over any defender, pick anybody in history to break the all-time rushing record, who are you running over?
That's a pretty good one right there. Probably LT.
Well, LT just went after the quarterback. He didn't really, mess with running backs. He left that up to the other linebackers there.
Yeah, I'll probably say LT or a guy that inspired me, Ray Lewis. He's a heck of a linebacker, obviously. And
did you ever have any I don't remember guys that would get in your face or be angry at you. Like there was, Ray Lewis talked about that. There's certain guys that he wanted to pop. He wasn't afraid to, and he had a rivalry with. But anybody you feel like that they're a defensive player you don't like?
Not really.
Well, wait a minute. Not really means that there could be somebody there that you don't like. Who do you have a little bit of a problem with?
A little bit of a problem with?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm an easygoing guy. I don't really. I call myself the assassin, so I don't really get into altercation with guys on the field.
Guys twist your leg or grab your junk and stuff like that in the pile?
It has happened before, but I wasn't able just to point out and see exactly who it was, But a couple suspects, I just was able to eye them.
But that that happens at the bottom of the pile?
Yeah, it happens. Not that often, I don't know if it's just because it's out of respect, but some guys just like to try to test you and push your button.
Shouldn't they take you out to dinner before they do something like that on the pile?
You would think, huh? Just free touches, no free feels.
Hey, congrats on the Wheaties box there. And the goal this year is not 2,000 yards, not something as small as that. What's it? What, 2,500?
A championship, 2,500 yards.
2,500 yards.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, and another guy, too, Dick Buckus. That would be a guy I like to break the record over.
Yeah, take a piece of him?
Yeah.
All right. And he's the Chicago Bear, so that...
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, good to visit with you again, and we'll be watching. Thanks for joining us.
All right, no problem.
All
Thanks,
right.
Dan.
That's Adrian Peterson, Vikings running back.